All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Today we continue the build. Worked on a lot last night. I'm very excited. Let me know how the audio is sounding today. It should be much better. It should be much more dialed in. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Where's that coming from? Today we continue the build. Little technical difficulties in the how's everyone doing today? All right, started working on Labs OS, what I started drawing out yesterday. It's still a very rough outline, but it's coming along. I'm very excited. Resources should be live. I have this new save feature that, does it work yet? Let's see, I set my agents on it. Okay, it does work. Listen, I know the dashboard is very ugly looking right now. I can't hear you well. Try turning up? What's your YouTube, welcome though. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Whoosh. What's up, Raymond? Let's go. So, check your, the audio video on YouTube. So this part here, check this little thing here. Maybe that's down. I could have sworn I dialed this thing in. Let me test some more, I suppose, while we're starting out the stream. Can everyone hear me fine? Interesting. Okay. That's weird. Let me turn up the dB. I'm gonna double it from a little over double it from 3 to 7. How's that sound now? Is that better? What's up, Mr. Baker? Welcome back. How you doing today? A little teaser as to what we're building out. Everything's placeholder right now. I'm just getting this look and feel. So what I'm doing is because I love MuddyOS so much, the nav abilities, you know, the modules on the left, tabs on the top, but also Clearmud OS's floating module. I brought in the best of both worlds for Labs OS. And this one will be publicly available once it's ready. And this is going to serve as a toolkit, as a laboratory to help you get to that 1 million in annual reoccurring revenue. That's the goal with Labs OS here. But nevertheless, let's focus on this audio. It's like it's up 3/4 of the way. What happens when I talk into the mic? Is this better? Should I be doing this? Man, just when I thought I had it dialed in yesterday. Let's pull this out as much as it'll go. All right, is that better? Too much. What about now, Derek? Is this better? And thanks for everybody, all the everyone else watching. I hope the audio is okay, but we're just gonna troubleshoot this really quickly because I suppose doing it live is much different than testing me, you know, than me testing locally, because my local test for an hour yesterday, we got it dialed in. So I hope that this is better, Derek. I was just listening to video and it was loud as hell. Now I'm struggling to hear. Derek, I'm trying to, I don't know what's going on. TJ, welcome back. How you doing today? How's the audio? Can you confirm, is audio good, bad, low, high? How are we sounding? We're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting here because I also don't want to be like yelling as well. Yo, what's up, Aries? Okay, yeah. So we did improve yesterday because I also want to make sure that people can toggle their YouTube sound low, because that was a common request early on when I was making videos, that they would like the ability to turn the YouTube volume down on a long form video so that they can listen to it in the background rather than having to crank it all the way up just to hear me, right? And so I was trying to take that approach to the live stream too. Not as loud as normal. Okay, okay. Let me try one more thing here. We're gonna try turning this dB up quite a bit. Let me test. Mic check 1, 2. Turn that up to 14. I also enabled this noise suppression filter in OBS because with this mic, this USB mic, it had a lot of like background noise. How's that sounding now? We're at 14 dB on this mic within OBS. Is that better? As soon as we get this dialed in, then we'll start vibing for the day. Derek is just used to yelling and now can't hear normal. Got content, man. Scream from the rooftop. Stop keeping it a secret. Hey. I'm just, I'm naturally an introvert. So regardless of what you may think with me having a YouTube channel, I mean, I am deaf in the right side, but seems normal to low. I'm on a computer though, through my TV, YouTube video all the way up on TV 32. Okay, good to know. Okay, so this 14 dB is much better. We're getting confirmation that's much better. Sounds like more like your old setup, much better. Wonderful. Derek, turn left side to speaker then. Cheers to some good old laughter in the morning. 14 is good, good. And you don't hear too much noise in the background, right? Also, I have this space heater at my feet. Do you hear that in the background? I'm very curious. I hope you don't. I hope I can keep that on. But if it's too distracting, I'll turn it off. Just let me know. Yo, good morning, Nikki. Welcome back. How you doing today? I gotta ask, how's the audio? I'm gonna ask every single person until we are just a unified consensus across the board that everyone's happy with the audio. Because I really want to leave that that setup I have back there is actually technically speaking the same exact setup I have back in Europe, but I want to keep it over there because I'm thinking about doing a little streaming channel for something completely different, something for fun, something in the evenings. Has nothing to do with AI, and I really want to keep that there. So I'm really trying to make this mic work on this setup up here. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, Ori. Welcome back. How you doing today? Okay, no background noise. Good to hear. So it sounds like we're all dialed in. Audio's good and clear. Wonderful. Hey, thank you everybody for helping me troubleshoot this morning. I know that's not your job. I know that's not what you came here for. So without squirrel dude, let's vibe. Let's continue improving on the dashboard. This is just ugly, right? Like, wow. Okay, coming soon. I told it to grab a screenshot. It nailed it on prompt browser, but on ClawCrib, it did not nail it. Interesting. So I think what I can do is just give it a screenshot. Let's put that in there. Oh, I did actually launch our partner portal last night, but I'm working through, I'm learning how to essentially use one convex database, one auth layer, right? They're both one and the same, across multiple subdomains and, across that parent domain essentially. So I almost have that dialed in because here's why. I want it to be easy when you're navigating through our dashboard. I want you to be able to go to labs, spin up this labs OS, and be authenticated across the same user that you use for our main domain, right? So same with portal, right? Not everyone's going to use the portal. The portal is for brands who want to reach out to me and see the rate card, see how much I charge to promote things, et cetera, right? So that's not necessarily for you unless you represent a brand and you want us to shout you out, etc. But yeah, I'm trying to create this unified approach to the DB and auth layer so that it's a better experience for you. So we're as you can see, I put this little quiet beta tag. This isn't beta. we're gonna dial things in. We're gonna dial things in. Right on. Good to hear, Ari. Thank you. Creator to creator, happy to help. Let's go. Appreciate you, TJ. What's everyone working on? So since we started this series, right, we're gonna start to have more structure, more tools available. You know, in the coming days, you know, day by day. Listen, I learn by doing, I learn by experimenting. So we're going to be improving this format. I love this format, but what is everyone working on? What is everyone's $1 million annual reoccurring revenue idea? What do you want to build? What can I help you with, essentially? Because that's what this is also about. This is also about me popping open my terminal, building something for you live, right? Working through the kinks with you, and then sharing that private repository with you so you can pull that code base. So let me know what you're building, what your ideas are, and let's see what we can do to help. And in the meantime, right, the labs should go without saying, it's going to have toolkits and resources to help you reach that goal. But this is, as I mentioned, this is just a skeleton right now. So. But it's looking much better. I don't know why it's missing the beat here. It's like I told it to reference MuddyOS's code base. I'm just going to be repetitive here again. I'm just going to send it screenshots, send Muddy screenshots. I'm having Muddy build this for me, by the way, because Muddy has full access to that OpenClaw setup. So I figure he has access to the code base for both MuddyOS and Clearmud OS. I might as well have him build out LabsOS as well. And here's a little teaser, a little spoiler. LabsOS is going to have access to an agent section. Listen, I'm not building the next OpenClaw or anything like that, but I am going to take the logic that I've spent so much time with Muddy and my team through delegation, right? And I'm going to give that out to the public, essentially. It's going to be available through LabsOS, but that's further down the road. I'm just teasing it right now. I'm very excited for the idea around LabsOS, but it's, you know, we're going to be building this in public. We're going to be building it locally until I'm ready for beta testers, right? I'm working on faith-based tools. Shepherd Link, which is a tool to help church leaders better care for members. Right on. Okay. What can I do to help? Yeah, a little more about me. I actually did go to Catholic school. What was it? Kindergarten, preschool, kinder, all the way through 5th, I want to say. And then my family moved. So they tried putting me into elementary school. I got in a fight. It was too much for my mother. So I went back to, no, that was 3rd grade. And then I went back to Catholic school through 5th. And then I went to a public middle school and public high school. Been using Hermes to start building audio plugins. Nice, nice. Yeah, hey, post these in the Discord if you haven't already. I want to check them out. I've been meaning to, but every time, like, after stream, I forget, like, I just forget, you know? Time is starting to free up a little bit more, so, you know, if I'm available, I'll tune in, say what's up. I gotta say, I love the hodl. Somebody also in chat has, or not in chat, they might be in chat, I know they're in the Discord. Their name's hodl. And they have a really good domain, if I'm not mistaken, or a good Twitter tag. And I'm just blown away that they have that. That is an amazing tag and domain to have. You could probably make a lot of money selling that, but I'm sure you don't want to. Working same outreach system, but struggling to get it in place where I can use it as a tool. So mostly still in chat mode to get things done. Okay, so an outreach system, kind of like, do you have predefined set of rules to reach out to certain businesses that fit a certain criteria? Or is this to reach out to certain retail or consumers that fit a certain criteria? One thing I am working on that I haven't started showing this process yet, I kind of want to save it, is called a website factory. And I want it to be fully autonomous. It's going to be a part of my Hermes product OS, but essentially is, you know, on any given month, I'm going to give my team of agents a task to target a certain niche. They're going to then analyze all the websites within that niche within a certain location first. And then I'm going to open it up to the greater United States. First, I want to target Las Vegas because it's very highly populated. There's a lot of businesses. But essentially, I want this team of AI agents to go figure out whose website is bad, build them a new one with all of their brand assets, all of their personal details based off of what's live or based off of what's available, then automatically email them saying, hey, I'm X, right? I haven't decided on the name of that agent who's going to handle the outreach. But like essentially having a website factory that autonomously scours the web for bad websites, builds them a new one, reaches out to them and says, hey, do you like this? We'll sell it to you for X amount. Rinse and repeat, right? So that one currently is called Website Factory. Maybe I build that one in public, maybe not, but maybe that just gave you ideas on what to build. But that's a part of my product OS that I'm building out slowly but surely. There's just so much to do and so little time. It's amazing. Working on integrating AI into the Shepherd link tool. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Me personally, I'm working on automating some stuff. I always do to make plugins for Codex and Claude to help me on my day-to-day work. Unity for game development and simulations. Oh, maybe. Do you have two Discord accounts? I mean, that'd be so accurate if it was you. I'm just at the point where I want to where I'm doing demos for churches and I've only done 2 and I need to ramp up. Hey, Raven, you might be an introvert like me, maybe you're not, but like, listen, there's power in just creating videos around what you're building. Doesn't matter how big your channel is. That's where you start your audience. I don't know if you've thought about it or if you already have one, and I'm kind of repeating what you already know, but starting a YouTube channel showing that process of what you're building and who you're building it for will get you in the right eyes. You know, we'll get that audience for you. We'll start to get leads for you. Just food for thought, just a little idea for you. If you wanted to share that process, I'm sure that not only would other people find it valuable, but more importantly, you would find your target audience, your niche, right? I have a website audio tool that crawls around and checks quality, SEO quality, WordPress version, etc. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I know it's not an original idea. I'm sure somebody out there is doing it very well, but I don't want it to be so broad. I want it to be controlled by me at a few levels, right? Level 1 is what industry are we targeting and what location are we targeting, right? I want it to be location specific, a city, and then I want it to be one specific niche. I want to dial in that process first. And then obviously before something goes out, I'd like to have that human review, making sure everything looks good. I don't have any ideas yet since I'm a designer. I started building full design system. I can use it later when I start vibe coding so I can control exactly how the design looks. Okay, nice. I feel like we need that too. There's too much AI slop. Nice, nice. That's good to hear. Let me know when you have this up and running. You're in the Discord, right? If I'm not mistaken. Please do share a link. Everybody, go into the Discord and start sharing the links to your ideas that you're building. I think this will be a great way for other people to kind of support you and for me to also have a catalog of what everyone's doing. I created this chat. It's very basic, but it's in 1M-ARR. Let's start sharing all of our socials, all of our YouTube channels, whatever we're building up to help us reach that goal. Let's throw it in here so that we have like you know, a unified place of those links. That way we don't get confused and have to scroll through chat or scroll through Derek's Den or Showcase or anything like that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, okay. And didn't you just share something? Didn't you just build something? Where is it? Showcase? Yeah, route flow. I mean, you're shipping, man. You're shipping. Let's go check it out. I saw your post. I just didn't have enough time to like click into it yet. And this is also one thing I want to turn this series into is like, please also for the record, like for the new viewers, don't just come in here and blindly self-promote, right? Come in here, show some curiosity, show some kindness, ask some good questions, right? And we'll pop it up on screen, right? But I just don't want it to turn into something where everyone's just sharing all this stuff, right? Just for the sake of getting a few eyes on it. That's not what this series is for. Listen, I have yet to this day, I've been trying to tell my dad, and my mother for that matter, to use Uber or to use ride sharing. When they fly in and out of the country, they're dependent on the kids picking them up, which, hey, listen, I'm always happy to pick them up if I'm here. I'm not always here though. There was one event where my dad had to take a taxi, and he took a taxi because he didn't know how to use ride sharing apps. He didn't trust it. But the taxi ended up breaking down on him. It was a whole ordeal. It was a whole experience. And like, this just reminds me of like a possible niche of like targeting, I don't want to say elderly. My parents are in their 70s, but like making rideshare easier for a specific use case. What I can tell here is this essentially summarizes all your rides across all of the ride sharing platforms. Is this correct? So like it'll filter, it'll pull from Uber, from Lyft, whatever your preferred rideshare is, right? Yo, what's up, Sharma? What's up, Ryan? Let me catch up on and listen, if I had an iPhone, I would download this. I only have an iPad. Oh, it is available for iPad. Okay. I'll have to download this and give it a try. Now, I'm primarily an Android user, though. I know. Okay, so maybe that's not you. Maybe there's somebody with a HODL tag, and I'm impressed that they have that tag. Started doing YouTube a year ago, and it's definitely hard to stay consistent. But yeah, if you have desire, just start. The rest is easy. Yeah, I mean, I think consistency and just showing up every day, even when you don't want to. I mean, early on in this channel, listen, I'm still getting started. We're a baby in the grand scheme of it all, but there was months when I first started where I think I had less than 5 subs consistently for like 3 months. And then it slowly started and I had no feedback. I was posting video after video after video, but I knew that this is what I wanted to be doing after not working for a few years. This is right up my wheelhouse. I get to use my past experience, my background in tech, to apply it towards AI. So like, and this was an idea that was years in the making. If you look at when I registered this channel, it was 2023 in December with the same name and everything, but I didn't start posting until June of last year, right? So like, but I can't say it enough. Like it's just about showing up every day. Forget about the feedback. Just make videos, right? Do what you want to do, and don't do it for the views. Don't do it for the likes. Because early on I was trying to optimize videos for views and likes. And as soon as I stopped doing that and started making videos that I wanted to see, that selfishly I made for me, that's when I started to see more, just more views, more clicks, all that. Like the metrics just started going up from just doing it for me. So if there's one tip I can give to anybody, just start doing it for you and you'll find your people. Right on. We'll have to check this out. I'm also doing that, sharing it on LinkedIn at first, then YouTube later. Yeah, and listen, YouTube's not for everyone. Like, find your platform and stick to it, you know? Sharma, post, so Clay was broken for a bit. Post in introductions. Just give a TLDR about who you are and see if he applies that role right now. If he doesn't, I'll manually apply it for you. Let me, I briefly scanned through. I haven't clicked that. Let's take a look at that right now. Oh yeah, no, and I wasn't saying that you were, right? I'm just trying to, for any of the new viewers, right? Because it's bound to happen. There's bound to be just waves of people who have never seen the channel, aren't subscribed, just showing up, seeing me click on links and then share their stuff, right? I try to avoid giving that attention, right? I want to give attention to the people who show up every day or every week. Oh man, having that coffee right in front of me, I almost spilled that all over me. I'll pop a link in chat right now. We don't have it wide open to the public. I only give links during live streams to really try to monitor and filter who joins. Not that I don't want to have everybody in here. It's just, if I just put a link on the YouTube bio, it's just too much more to manage, too much spam, which is just undoubtedly going to come, right, as the channel grows. So I'd much rather only give out the links during the live streams. That way we know the people who are engaging, the people who are here watching, consuming, are the ones getting in, right? So I'm going to send a link right now. We'll do 10 uses, generate, copy. There we go. Oh, it's an app for independent drivers. Okay. So may not be right for you. Okay. Yeah, there's something to it. Okay, very nice. Nice. Have you heard of, I'm a big fan of Shadcn. I mean, most of the industry is, but another one that builds really cool components and blocks is Kibo. I'm not sure if you've seen this one yet. I'm starting to use these more and more. But they just have really good looking blocks and features. So check it out if you haven't already. Where is actually one I might need to feed to my agents right now? Let's see. It wasn't banner. Wasn't comparison. Wasn't deck. They call this a marquee, not a carousel? I could have sworn that was called a carousel. Interesting. I like these filter pill tags much better than the standard ones. Ooh, the rating system we can apply to our resources as well. The theme switch is cool. Okay. Now there's something I was looking at specifically. Why don't I see it? Was it in blocks? Is that why? It was related to like a vertical menu bar, but I don't see any dashboard related. Ooh, I really love this. This is really cool looking. Ah, yeah. Of course. Always. Yeah. Right? I know. Hey, appreciate you, TJ. Appreciate you. All right. All right, Muddy, my guy. Again, I'm just sending it screenshots to see if it does a good job or not. Let's see. I'm also curious, forgive me, I gotta refresh the stream. I want to see how I sound. Like, as far as how loud it is. Again, I'm just sending it screenshots. Okay, that's loud, but to see if it does a good job. It allows us to turn it down. Okay. I'm also curious. Forgive me. I gotta refresh the stream. I want to see how I sound. I downvoted him for his volume nonsense, making me feel like I'm going completely deaf. Thank you, Danny. And hey, welcome back. How you been? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a great... Man, we're already Wednesday. Hey, time flies by. I gotta say, I'm loving this daily streaming. I do. For everyone just tuning in, like, to this new series, we're gonna have a lot more tools and resources available, a much more structured format. But as you know, with this channel, I just experiment. This was an idea. I didn't put too much planning behind it. I know it's a great idea. We're just gonna build off of it, right? And we just vibing in public here. Let's see, did it? No, it's still doing work. Okay. So I'm gonna save that. Also, ClawCrib, that's right, we were prompting. Yeah, hey, Sharma. I believe it was you, right? Post your introduction here to see if Clay gives you the role. Also, who wants to see this? So I repurposed that old ProArt Studio book. It's got like 8 cores, 16 threads, I think, 48 gigs of memory. So I'll be able to host a number of different VMs on it. But it's a Windows-based laptop. I didn't want to install Ubuntu over it, right? I'm not setting this up live because I'm turning this into a video. I realize I don't have a video in our arsenal of how to set up OpenClaw from scratch within VMware Workstation on a Windows PC. So that's what this is for. But this is now in my server rack. It should be pretty stable. It's very fast. So I just have a remote desktop connection to it. That way I can access it from anywhere in the world through my Chrome account. And yeah, whoever wants to see that video, put one in chat. I'm curious. But I'm going to be recording that one after the stream. All right, I think I'm going to have to give it some words because it's keeping the logo on the left menu bar, but the way Muddy is configured, it's the top that goes full width, and then we have our modules below that border, right? So, hey, good to hear. And thank you. Listen, I know it's not perfect, but we're improving. And also, this video is also not only going to be good for OpenClaw. Maybe I'll do both OpenClaw and Hermes back to back. And we'll just do 2 new VMs for OpenClaw and Hermes. That might be the move. But I've already gotten to the point where this is just a base Windows 10. I know they stopped supporting it. I still prefer it. So we're going to keep Windows 10 over Windows 11 on this one. But there's nothing else installed aside from Brave Browser, Google Chrome, and VMware Workstation Pro, which is free to get, which is awesome. All right, Muddy. I guess I'll have to get specific with you here. So good job on the top menu bar with Labs OS there and the tabs. Everything looks great. However, you still have the logo on that left menu bar. The left menu bar should only start below that top menu bar that should be full width, just as MuddyOS is configured. Please look through MuddyOS's code base with a fine-tooth comb for that structure. Because this is not rocket science. I don't mean to be rude. Thank you for your help. But I essentially want you to make that tab row full width, remove the icon in that left menu. That left menu then should only start below that topped tabbed row. Got it? I feel like it's starting to heat up here. I need to turn this off. Hey, Orby. All right, Clay is not working. Let me troubleshoot this real quick. I could manually apply it, but I want to see why he's not working rather than just putting a band-aid on it. QoS Flame War. All right, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I think what I'll do is turn the video into one for OpenClaw, one for Hermes. Or maybe we'll just co-locate it 2 in 1. I feel like the 2 in 1 is might be an easier route, but just picking one, dedicating a video towards it would actually be better for the viewer who just comes in for OpenClaw or just comes in for Hermes. So, hey, Barika, thank you. Hey, I mean, obviously focus on the virtual doctor's appointment, but I appreciate you for watching the stream when you're busy. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Link. I am signing up today. Codex. Okay, undecided which one, but I like the idea of 20x. Yeah, I went with the $200 a month plan personally, and I haven't even hit limits. I haven't hit close to limits. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Think, not link. Okay, think I am saying. Ah, okay. Oh, is there a special right now? Alpha. I mean, listen, if you have the budget for it, if you've been waiting for it, apparently if there's a special. Okay, look, it nailed it with just a little bit more patience. Nice. Now I'm kind of thinking maybe these badges. No, I kind of like it on the top right. Okay. This is looking good. This is feeling good. What about the search? All right, just testing more of the skeleton. I'm loving the look and feel. Everything's looking good. Now, the bottom left-hand side, the light dark mode does toggle. This activity, this health checker does nothing. What's the purpose of that? The search icon does nothing as well. I feel like that should blur the background, pop up with a simple search module in the center of the screen, allowing the user to search through Labs OS. Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. Wow. I know from Claude we like we would only get that towards the end of the month, but with OpenAI it looks like we got that at the beginning of the month. That sounds pretty sweet. All right, additionally, you know, the foundation of how Labs OS is going to work is when you click on a module to the left, it's going to show a dashboard of that module. It's not going to have any tabs clicked into. The tabs are sub pages of that module, but the dashboard of any given module is like a brief overview into all of the options, all of the functionality, all of the tabs. Does this make sense? Needs to be a rule of thumb as we build out Labs OS. I'm checking why Clay isn't giving these roles. So Dominic, oh wait, looks like Clay responded and gave you the role, Ori. So you should be good to go. Dominic, Clay. So it looks like Clay is having a little delay. Let me see. Maybe I was just being impatient. He used to, when I first configured Clay and we were on Anthropic subs, like he would instantly respond. So I think I'm spoiled with my expectations of him instantly responding and instantly giving you a role. And if you just say, hey, he'll like nudge you to give more about you, right? Before he gives you a role. So let's see. Okay. Looks like Clay is working. So you guys should have full access, almost full access, right? We have a few things that are hidden, but yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. All right. Let's go check in. Here's a SS for ClawCrib. Link in dashboard. As the screenshot you have is just a black tile with top menu bar. Didn't load when you snapped. All right, I do want to improve this dashboard a bit though. All right, so just looking at the dashboard, your Clearmud command center, I think if anything, your Clearmud is top line, command center is the second line. Make each word have a capital C. And I'm really thinking I want this to feel more like an actual dashboard. I'm going to give you some components that I want to use. Draw inspiration from this dashboard tab. Here. All right. We're going to let him get to work here. Nice. Okay. Very basic. It's working. Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the overview tab, I don't know if that's necessary anymore because the overview is essentially a dashboard. So when I click on each module, that's the dashboard now, the default view. But then overview, like explain to me the difference. Explain to me the reasoning for keeping overview as an option in the top tab per module. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Good morning. How you doing? I wouldn't say you missed much. Thanks for being here. We've just been vibing. We've just been kind of teasing certain things we're building out. We're building out certain things. We handed out some Discord invites. I think you're already in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. And my vision when I was sketching Labs OS out yesterday on the stream is having only 3 tabs, having it be like a pipeline, step 1 through step 3. So I don't know if that's always going to be consistent. I think these will generally be tools or resources for any given module. And I don't want to obviously limit it to just 3 tabs, but I'm loving the skeleton of how this is looking. Nice. That's looking good. Health checker. I'm not sure like the public needs this. Oh, actually, no, the public does need this because of how I'm going to have this configured. Okay. But that's something we'll configure later on. Interesting. Open workbench. Nice. Look at that. Solid. Wait, did it just give us an Easter egg? Look at this background. It looks like it's spelling out Clearmud Labs in sideways text. In text that's rotated 90 degrees. Does anyone else see that? Or am I hallucinating here? Oh yeah, look at that. Interesting. We'll have to dial that in. This is looking good. This is looking good. I love the color. What's everyone think about this color? I'd love some real-time feedback. The light dark mode toggles. Would you want to spend a lot of time in these dashboards? Oh yeah, that's definitely doing a Clearmud Labs kind of like Easter egg in the Matrix background. That's pretty cool. I feel like I might dial this in a little bit better. This dark mode feels too much like Gemini's default front-end UI builds. But I did specify I wanted this specific color, so that's why it's looking like this. Light mode, I think we'll have to match this, or we keep it Clearmud's kind of look and feel, which reminds me, we're going to turn today into a bit of ideation. We'll just call it Windows. Oh. Oh, looks like Gateway is temporarily offline. Did it just restart itself? Is that why? Okay, yeah, that was just a little Gateway glitch. Weird. Yo, what's up, Backwoods? Hey, right on. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, it's not evening and I'm not in a basement. So I actually get sunlight during the stream, which is haha, it's so nice. It's so nice. That basement's a temporary workspace in Portugal. It's not going to be permanent. I prefer sunlight. Or rather, sunlight coming into the rooms and studio and workspaces where I spend most of my time. It's just, you know, I don't know if anybody here loves the sun as much as me. There's got to be a few. There's got to be a few. Oh yeah, Labs is offline. So it looks like it's... Oh, that's right. My hotkey for end is a full screen. Sorry about that. I created hotkeys, but they kind of conflict with positioning the cursor with those hotkeys on your keyboard. I might have to change those. Looks like we had a weird gateway glitch. Maybe you had to restart the gateway, but one thing I did notice is Labs OS did not come back online. So we need to make sure that, you know, just as Clearmud and Muddy OS come back online after a gateway restart or any hiccups or glitches, that Labs OS does the same. Please advise. And look at this. Look at our executive assistants just working together. That I don't want to tease quite yet. Oh, that's one thing I've been delaying is I really hope this older DDR3 ECC is cheaper. Check eBay first. Yes, it is cheaper. Nice. I'm repurposing a very old server. It's going to do the job for running agents because we're not using any local models, right, for that. But it does run off of DDR3 ECC. I essentially want to max out. Oh, shoot, I might need a new motherboard for that one too. That's a bummer. Damn. SODIM, ECC. Looks like he's still working. Labs OS is still offline. Let's go check back in on our other agents here. Oh, I realize we're on the point of view. Switch that. Also, we know the voice is dialed in. What about the background music? Can we turn that up now that my voice is optimized? Because I like the idea of having it a little bit louder. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. Let me know how that sounds. And I need to grab something here real quick. Give me one moment. You want to try to find. And then what are the max capacity of this motherboard? Let's see. Okay, 64 gigs. ECC unbuffered. Okay. So to pull that off, we need 16 in each slot. And luckily that's older memory, so we're not going to be affected by these insane prices, which is wonderful. You don't hear any background music? Here, let me try. What about now? I just turned it all the way up because yesterday, or essentially the past 2 days of troubleshooting, we turned our desktop audio down quite a bit, significantly. But now that our voice is dialed in, maybe this isn't going to affect it. So I'm just going to crank it all the way up. Let me know how that sounds between me talking normally, right? And the background audio. Okay, let's go and test. Looks like that's still a little better. Has our screenshot now. Labs coming soon. Portal coming soon. This is horrible. Wow, okay. I'm really gonna have to hold its hand, aren't I? That's a bummer. All right, we'll optimize this here. I think I'm gonna have to go to eBay for this. No, I don't want a kit. I just want... Okay, yeah, that's what it's meant to be. Here, I'll try turning it up a little bit now that we have our voice dialed in here. That way we're vibing, you know, because I'm not always talking. Sometimes I'm working, and I'm going to continue to build out this playlist as well. I think 2 notches up. Let's give that a try. Sounds much better. Good to know, John. Hey, thanks. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. You're not necessarily supposed to be building Labs OS with me. You can if you want. Listen, I build in public for a reason, to inspire. So you can kind of copy my flow if you want. Labs OS is something I'm building out that's going to be a part of just resources that we're going to have available for you as we progress through this series of helping you build your idea to $1 million annual reoccurring revenue. But Labs OS is going to live on labs.clearmud.ai once it's ready. Currently, that subdomain goes nowhere. But once Labs OS is ready for the public, that's where I will host it, essentially. Okay, let me try going another notch. I also want to make sure that I'm not yelling, which is nice. I'll try going another notch here. Let me know how that sounds. Hopefully the background music doesn't overpower my voice, right? It might be now, but... So now maybe I'll turn it down in OBS. I'll go negative 14 dB on the screen record. So let me know how that sounds now. All right, good to know. Good to know. I just did make one minor change, so let me know how that sounds. It's also like thinking ahead, putting a negative dB on the audio from the computer itself, just in case I play something at full sound, it doesn't blow out your eardrums as well. So hopefully this is dialed in and this is perfect. It's really only used options. That's a bummer. I'm gonna have to find used options with return options so I can run some memory tests when I receive this. $30 per 16 gigs? That's cheap. What chips are these? No, I don't trust that chip. I'd rather go with like a Micron or a Crucial or a Samsung or even a Kingston. I guess Hynix would work too. Ooh. Is that registered? Oh no, that's full. Damn it. All right. I wanted to finish watching Netflix before making my 1 million, but it seems like a futile endeavor. Nice, nice, good stuff. Yeah, I was specking out a new kind of like gaming / creative PC to leave here in the States, but since I was leaving the States knowingly for like many months, it didn't make sense to buy it. But man, everything doubled. Like the NVMe prices, memory prices, well over doubled since then. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So now I'm looking at older equipment that I have, and I'm just going to upgrade the memory, max out memory on old servers, old micro ATX servers that I had for little projects. And it's going to do the job. Like, it's going to do the job. The problem is finding those chips right now. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, only one left in stock. Come on. You're kidding me, right? Oh, that's a great price, great brand. Damn it. That's a bummer. You're kidding me. Yeah, I feel like eBay is going to be the one, and then I'm going to have to test this memory as it comes in, send it back if it's shit. Excuse my language. Damn, that's a bummer. All right, looks like this is back online. I have to hard refresh this? Let's also go back to Clearmud OS, check the script. Ooh, I like strategy 3. Shipping returns, 60-day returns. All right, add to cart. Now we got to find 3 more like that. What if I type in 32? It'll maybe find me those 16 kits. Yeah, those are tough to find. Damn. Add to calendar. Good. Ah, man, you're making me jealous. Grats to you. This is a great setup right here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of purchasing is on hold right now for me because it's related to memory. It's a bummer. That's why I'm looking at this older DDR3, DDR4 solutions because they tend to be obviously way cheaper. But you're kind of at the mercy as what's available and if is it good or not, right? You have to run those tests to make sure it's stable. Question, you probably covered this before, but did you use a framework for the chat interface on ClawCrib? Yeah, so ClawCrib only references 2 sources. The github.com/openclaw/openclaw in all releases, and then additionally docs.openclaw.ai. And then when we set a few rules, but it's being powered by Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite, if I'm not mistaken. So it should only give you answers in that help section related to the docs or related to GitHub, new GitHub releases, right? Now that I'm back in the studio, we're going to start testing different deployments from ClawCrib. That's been on hold, obviously. And I've just had other priorities since I've gotten back. But now we're going to slowly start testing those builds, deploying them, see what we can do to optimize them, and then, you know, uploading other deployments as well. So that's all just going to happen week by week, slowly but surely. Yeah, that's awesome. That's incredibly low power. I remember when low power CPUs broke under 100, right? When they were 95 watts. And that was amazing at that time. But now that's almost cut in half. That's amazing. Oh no. Oh no. Seems like all the kits available are trying to give me 8 gig sticks. I want 16 gig sticks. But those are tough to find. That is a bummer. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe is the move to get a new motherboard, 1 generation newer. How's that memory looking? Let's see. Ooh, 2 available here. So that's a dual channel. So as long as my pairs are the same, this should work. Do you accept returns? 30-day returns. Apparently he did run the mem test, 86 plus, okay. ECC unbuffered. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to buy this before before somebody else buys this. Oh, or best offer? Man, should I offer 25 for both? No, I think I just won't be cheap. It's a $5 difference. So, but that only solves half my problem. I still need the other 16s. Oh, I'm just using in a Gemini API, so I am paying monthly out of that. I haven't checked how much it's been costing me recently, but the first month or two, it was averaging about $30 or $40 a month, which not bad in the grand scheme of it all. Let's change that. You know what? I could save 10 bucks on this order. I'm gonna offer him first and then see, make offer quantity 2, and let's see if he takes it. We're just vibing our way through the builds. I went on a little, I squirreled, as I do, and I'm hunting down some 16 gig chips of some old ECC memory for this old server here, because I want to max out the memory before I deploy it. So I'm doing that off screen as well, primarily because I doubt somebody would try to steal it from me, but I just don't want to show the listings that I'm making offers on because it's tough to find this specific type of memory. But it is significantly cheaper than, you know, speccing out an entirely new server, so. RAM! All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Oh, yeah, I didn't set that up yet. I need to set that up. Damn. What do you guys think? I'll work on that tonight. That way we have like a little BRB screen. But I want to add like Clearmud's colors, of course, and some creative in there. That's just an old BRB template, but BRB. Get that set. Interesting. Is this just starting now? Was it working and then stopped working? Because it does have a natural built-in rate limiter where I think it's 3 requests per minute or something along those lines. So if it was just working, but now it's saying failed to generate response, wait about a minute to see if that solves your issue. Because maybe it's the built-in rate limiting that we applied to ensure that bots can't come in and just spam it and waste our API tokens. Well, I trained one of my OC bots to produce JSON format prompts for producer AI. Took that over from Grok for me. Got another album produced in an hour yesterday, 10 tracks. Nice, nice. That's awesome. Interesting. Let me test it here. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. So let me check my Google Cloud Console to see if maybe I could have sworn I updated the card, because I did have a card recently expire, but I updated it across my entire Google account. Huh. Oh yeah. No, I guess this is a completely separate. That's a bummer. Looks like it's a completely separate like billing than my admin dashboard for Google. So let me update this and then it should be working shortly. Yeah, it might need a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, but we just fixed that. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, no balance due, so that was just paid. So it should kick off, should kick over pretty quickly here, I think. Looks like it's still not, I would say, yeah, give it about 10, 15 minutes. So I do want to draw out a few ideas before I start incorporating them. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we built most of that on live streams. I think I worked on it off air for a little bit. I can't remember which live stream we did. Because we did so many of them in the past where I would just build in public. I can try to help you narrow it down. Let's go look. So I think it would be anything with like a ClawCrib on the icon. Bootcamp prep. I feel like it was before the bootcamp. Okay, yeah. Seems like this is the more accurate kind of time frame. Yeah, it's gonna be one of these. But yeah, listen, I built most of that in public, so you can definitely just watch the process on these old live streams for sure. I just don't know exactly which one does the chat. Yeah. Do you? Okay, good to know. Good to know. I didn't specify which font yet. I think I was gonna eventually switch it over to Ubuntu and Ubuntu Mono at some point. Let's actually give that a try. Hey, what's our typography default for primary and secondary for Labs OS? Okay, interesting. Right as you say you love it, Derek, I'm changing it. Let's see if you love this one even more. So we have experiments, agents. I don't think pipeline's gonna stay, but I think governance is for sure gonna stay. But then again, governance should be co-located into the agents tab or module, I think. Yeah. These should be tools. Each module is a tool. So agents. And then we'll put governance. Oh, it's cracking me up. Done. Done. But look, I mean, it didn't change it too much. How do you like it now? Is it still a damn you? I feel like experiments, I already have the tabs worked out for that. Agents, I have the tabs worked out for that. Should this be pipelines or should this be... I feel like it should be... I don't like using that word, pipelines, for a module. Brain and governance could essentially be the same thing. I don't know how I feel about this right menu bar. Yeah, we don't need a fourth one right now, I don't think. I actually like it too, so I take that back. Yeah, me too. Kind of like the vertical more. Ooh. Hmm. Oh, he already gave me a counter offer of 28 versus 25. That's close enough to the middle. Should I counter offer at 27.50? We're gonna we're gonna counter off at 27.50. Brings the grand total to 69. Very nice. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let's check ClawCrib now. It should be back. No, it's still not. Failed to generate response. Let's go check Google AI. Listen, it's older memory. It's not like it's that popular, so I'm not worried about it in that sense. But every dollar counts. ClawCrib. Yeah, I think we just have to wait a little bit of time here because I've updated the billing accordingly. And we'll come back to that in a second. Code example. Now that's for a landing page more than anything. Ooh, application shell, huh? Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, this is definitely something we're going to use for labs. Well, that's email. We don't want that. I kind of like the idea of this IDE file explorer for the experiments module. I'm gonna have to put a curve on that. See what it comes up with. Is it too quiet? That's when you know the brain's working. We're working here. Hail the Squirrel, have you seen Anthropic news about them using SpaceX compute yet? No, I have not. When did this drop? I'll be honest, I haven't been on top of reading my morning briefs because my morning briefs do not arrive at 8 a.m. local time. They arrive later in the day because I haven't taken the time to go through all my crons to migrate them from European time to Pacific time. I'm going to do that this weekend, but I just want to get through the week first. So by next week, maybe I'll go on a little sprint later tonight and do it. But I just have too much on the list for this week. Oh, okay. So it's not something that's been a couple days. Let's go take a look, shall we? I'm guessing it would be under the news section, right? Or is that a Twitter only update? It might be a Twitter only update, huh? Yeah. I guess it's Twitter only. Let's go take a look. So, okay. I was about to say this. It's kind of confusing because Elon has Grok. So why would he allow SpaceX to do any partnership with any competitor LLM? You know what I mean? Ha! Look at that. Look at how quickly they turned. We are removing the peak hours limitation. They probably lost so much business to all of their recent changes. I'm just waiting for them to reallow OpenClaw at this point. Because I'm just so curious to see how much monthly revenue they've lost from that. Yeah, wow. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, money. Makes sense. Muddy OS currently lives on this machine. I'm going to migrate him to a server where he's going to permanently live very soon. But I believe he only has 4 cores and 12 gigs of RAM. That's it. That's how Muddy runs. Not much. But keep in mind, I'm not running any local models, right? Strictly using LLMs. So. Very, very interesting. I'm going to have to like that, you know? Let's see. Have you been updated yet? You have been updated. Look at that. Why would you allow me to expand the nav menu like that? I don't understand this part. Okay. So needs some some TLC. All right. Listen, the dashboard is actually finally coming to life. I think that the title is pointless up top. We should just remove that altogether. Once a user clicks their dashboard, it gets straight to the point, so you can co-locate a lot of that information in the dashboard. The expandable navigation section, I think, should be static open at all times. The resource coverage, the signal grid, please don't include that. Listen, the overview is supposed to be an overview of everything in the dashboard. Please do not use demo or placeholder data from the inspiration that I sent you. Give it another go and let me know if you have any questions here. Money, yeah. Yeah, this is facts. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still a customer for the sake of the channel and you know, wanting to stay on top of testing their new models when they come out and new features, etc. But you know, if I was just a consumer first, I probably would have canceled all my Anthropic stuff after that OpenClaw ban. But because I have this channel and I need to stay on top of all these subs, or I want to rather, that's why I kept one of them. Yeah. I'm using VMware Fusion personally because I'll be able to copy paste the VM directory and files associated onto my VMware ESXi server. You can use Parallels if you prefer, or VirtualBox, which is a great open source solution. But in my experience, those are not drag and drop friendly into the VMware ESXi environment. I think so. To be honest, I'm not sure. I should know more about this. The old Grok data center. So is that who they leased out space to, or where they leased out space to? Because that would make sense. They probably upgraded their data center and then just leased out the old hardware. That's brilliant. It's like, here, have this old shitty hardware. We're off to a new data center anyway. That's funny. Let's see, is it going to be that quick? No, it's not. All right. But it is feeling more like a dashboard now, which feels wonderful. We just have to optimize. These look okay for now. Ooh, the account. That is something we also want to improve on. So I don't have my phone near me. I know I have some packages arriving today. I could have sworn I just heard banging on the door. But no more. All right. So Shadcn blocks. Let's go to app. Settings profile. Edit profile. I mean, we don't really have these features in our dashboard. I want a more simple version of this. I'm just going to send this. And for our account section, I wanted to get some inspiration from these blocks here. Additionally, we have to make sure that it works, that people can change their name if they desire, that they can change the Google OAuth tied to their account and their email, etc. It's got to be fully functional there. And then I think we're going to grab this IDE style and start to build out part of the laboratory here. Yep, that makes sense. Right on. That's funny. All right, let's start building out the very first initial prototype of the workbench that's going to live in experiments. I want you to draw inspiration from these components and blocks here. And keep in mind, as we work on different parts, different modules, different tabs, right? The left menu bar and the top menu bar never change. It's always everything within the container that changes based on module or tabs. Yeah, really though. Really though. He's a smart man. I mean, regardless of, I get the whole political side of him is, listen, this is not a political channel, but at the end of the day, he's net positive for humanity, right? So it's regardless of what we believe and what our likes and dislikes of him are. Listen, the innovations that he's brought to this world, like, I mean, the EV race, right? Him what's the term for it? Not patenting the technology behind Tesla and letting other car manufacturers build their own versions, their own EV vehicles without profiting from it. I mean, if that's not good for humanity, I don't know what it is, right? Like if that's not a definition of someone who's trying to benefit or trying to improve humanity, I don't know what it is, you know? So listen, regardless of your political beliefs and all that, this is not the channel for that. But I'm a big fan of him from his brain, the way he thinks. Is it open sourcing? I could have sworn like when you don't patent certain things, right? I guess that's open source. To me, open sourcing is more of a like a code-based thing. I don't know. I guess that's the right word. Yeah, really though. See how that comes together, and then we'll continue iterating on all my other notes that I have. So version 1. Now for the pipeline section, I want to rename that. I'd actually like to take this opportunity to ask chat if you guys could have, oh yeah, so this is actually a fun fact about Mr. Beast, his channel. You can create iterations of his channel and promote his videos, and it's fully within the Creative Commons license, because I don't know about his other channels, but his main channel, all of his videos are licensed Creative Commons. So you can clip them, repurpose them however you see fit, and essentially get free attention from his main videos. I tested this with the channel. I broke down one of his dog videos for a dog channel of mine. The thing grew to like 17 or almost 20,000 subs, but it was all shorts. It was a fun experiment. And you'd be surprised the amount of hate in the comments saying this person is stealing, etc., etc. And I had a copy paste a bot response saying, go check out this video. He encourages this. All of his main videos are a Creative Commons license. We did not try to, pretend that we're Mr. Beast by any means. We put the watermark on the video. Like, we did all the right steps to show you that this is not us. But the amount of people who would just blindly comment negative feedback without understanding, like, he loves it. It's free promotion. That's why he does it, right? Because he knows it's free promotion for his brand and his videos. Like, that's why all of his stuff is on Creative Commons licenses. Literally shared the book. Yeah. Debated the Cybertruck. I've driven a Tesla since 2021. I'll never own her. Wow. Nice. All right. Let's go back down. Get some inspiration here. Ooh. I want to check out this background. What, usually applying certain, like, too much on a background will actually make it worse, but ooh, what the, where was this my whole life? Hold on now. I like it, but I want to change it a little bit. Kind of like the idea of keeping the color on the bottom. And I'd want to add a slight grid effect to this. Now, I wouldn't add this to labs. This is actually something I would add to our portal. I've not pulled a trigger on an EV because -40. Ooh, yeah, I'd imagine. I haven't pulled the trigger on an EV because I drive my friends, and I'm just not consistently in one place. So I'm not going to invest in an EV vehicle like that. Plus, I'm honestly getting ready to sell the SUV and just keep bikes, motorcycles on both continents. Listen, I don't have a dog anymore. I don't have a family. I only have to worry about me. So it's like, I just want to ride 24/7. And that's that, you know. Put a big eye in the middle of it. What do you mean eye? Like an actual eyeball? What are we referencing? Which part was I looking at? Also, keep in mind for Labs OS, like when we're within a tab, I see that you have this right menu bar for context. Let's remove that altogether. I just want a full screen, full container within, you know. Hopefully I explained that well enough for you. That's just a rule of thumb for all of our tabs, right? Maybe in the dashboard for each root module page, maybe that's a good idea. But when we get into the tab functionality, or better yet, maybe we add a button to the top right-hand side that expands or collapses a right menu. And then we can add further functionality to that. And we can decide on whether or not the functionality should solely be related to each individual tab, module, or the entire Labs OS. I'd like you to put your thinking cap on and let me know what you think about it. Oh yeah, it does. It does. I'm in the East Bay technically. I'm right over the bridge. So, but yeah, it does. Like today, it's nice weather. Sun is just beaming on this entire apartment. The other past few, I mean, it's just overcast most of the time, but then we get through that beautiful, nice weather. Like it's SF is it gets pretty wet though. Yeah, no, I know. I'm well aware. I ride with eyes just everywhere. It's almost like I have an Insta 360 running in my head. Very aware on the road. That's one thing I do pride myself on, is my ability to drive and just be aware of everything at all times, whether I'm in a vehicle or on a bike. But knock on wood, you know. Just trolling you a little bit from the... I forgot. I put the logo design on hold for now. The CM works for now. But it's something, as you know, we'll continue working on as time comes, you know, as time progresses. That's hella funny though, Danny. I was so stuck on the eye. Ugh. Okay, it removed it. Like straight up built an IDE in here. I mean, it's just the skeleton. Okay, there it is. I was just getting impatient. Okay. I like how this is coming together. I do. Okay. I love how it's automatically updating the dashboard module too. I don't have to repeat that. Wonderful. Yeah, this is all placeholder data. So I have some more notes on what I want this to look like. We'll come back to that later. So as we continue to build this out, let's go and give that dashboard some love. Whoa, what is this? Much better, much better, much better. This reminds me, what are those? Why does it go straight to resources on the top there? All right, we're getting there. So for the overview tab, I think this should be a bento box grid. I can get more specific, but I want you to kind of use your brain here and create a new layout for the overview. Resources looks good for now. Actually, it looks like you're kind of repetitive here within each tab. So in resources, we can go and open resources along the top title bar, but then there's also an open library in line. So as we navigate through the dashboard, if we're in the resources, that title bar should allow people to open resources. Tools, there should be no link up top, right? Because we're linking our tools. Labs, it should be open labs, but labs is coming soon, so let's not have that there. The same with portal, right? So let's dial things in a little bit more, but we're making a lot of progress here, so thank you. Okay, so let me go to that other page here to see some notes. 1, 2, 3, auth. All right, some things we have to do to improve here is when we're on any given particular module or tab, on the top right-hand side, we have the indicator of whether we're in experiments, dashboard, etc. I think when we're in the root directory or root module, you don't have to list out that that's a dashboard. I think that once we click into workbench, for example, module name / tab name, that makes sense. But to the right of that, but to the left of those 3 dots, I want to have an OAuth indicator to show that the user's logged in. And I do want to go and grab some inspiration as we bring this to life a little bit more. I'll come back to the backgrounds another time. I feel like I do hear. That's the issue about this street. There's just so much noise outside. I can't tell if it's on property or off property. Can you guys hear any of that background music? Or not background music, but background noise? Any loud bangs or anything like that? I'm just very curious to see if this filter that I applied in OBS actually works. Because I'm sure had I not included that, it was not, you would have heard everything. Okay. That's an idea for a later time. Oh, I do love this login, but we strictly do OAuth only. Yeah, there it is, login 9. I forget what ours looks like. I think ours already looks like this, so. No. Funny man, Whoosh, funny man. No, I'm technically on, if you think from the basement perspective, I'm on the 3rd floor. Nah, it's just more so just curious. Curious if the noise cancellation and like the filtering I did on OBS actually work. Because this is a very busy and loud street. Like on Mondays, you hear the trash compactors, garbage trucks outside, very loud. But I think with these new filters I applied to OBS, you'll hear much less of what's outside on that main street. And then at certain times of the day, especially on weekend, just nonstop honking from this parking lot over there because people are stealing spots from each other and they're just, it's, it's funny to people watch that. But when you're trying to work on something and you don't want silence, but you don't want to hear that, it's kind of, yeah, it's bad. Bad taste. Application shell. Okay. Let's go back to app. And let's actually go back to... Let's go check out Kibo's patterns here. Ooh, I like that. I like that breadcrumb. Ooh, kind of like this idea. Interesting. All right, let's go back to dashboard. Throw that up top. Close that. Okay, looking a little bit better. I'm gonna have to style this a little better though. Nice. Okay. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, he's going to be mad at me. So now that I'm thinking about it, I think our OAuth indicator should be a profile avatar on the bottom left menu bar in that section where search, tools, health check, light mode, dark mode. And then when a user clicks there, it takes them to their account settings or their user profile settings, et cetera, et cetera. So remove it from the top menu bar, add it down there. And then remove that that vertical bar that separates the dots from the top menu bar. I feel like it's unnecessary. Just add a slight spacing between that and we should be good to go. Yeah, that's it for now. So we're also going to optimize like how everything looks inside. But I'm loving the look and feel. The dashboard has this. Let's actually, when we get into a tab, I mean, I don't think we need it when we're in tabs, but I think the dashboard makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense for now. Okay. So we want to build out, we need to rename that, build that out, rename that, build that out. We need to add the chat feature here. And then the governance tab here. Get rid of this. Okay. Nice. We got the memory. We haggled down. Wonderful. All right, cool. So, all right. So for the OAuth, I would like, currently you have it pop up into account settings. I think that what it should do is, just as we operate in a module or a tab, right? You deselect out of all modules and tabs, and then you populate an account settings / dashboard field within that container of available space, right? In the center screen. Additionally, I think it should be the bottom icon, and the light dark mode toggle should be right above it. I guess just swap those two icons for now. We'll see. I'll let that resonate and see how it feels. Resonate's not the right word, but yo, what's up, Pokemon? Welcome back. Hey, thank you. Oh, I was about to correct you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Product OS is still a work in progress, right? But this is the first OS I'm actually building for the public, which I didn't rush into building one, right? But I'm very excited for the ideas that I have for it. Now, how soon will it be ready? I'm not sure, right? But I do promise you I'm going to build as much of it in public as I can, okay? I'm not going to only build it on live streams, right? But I'm going to build as much of it in public as I can. And I also want your guys' feedback as far as like, what features would you prefer an OS like this to have? And keep in mind, this is all surrounding this theme of giving you the tools that you need to build a product that gets you to $1 million in annual recurring revenue, right? So think about what tools you might need. Drop it in chat. Like, let's build this together. I'm building this for you. I'm building this obviously for me too, for friends and family, but for you. And I really want to build the tools that you need too, right? So I really want to take everybody's feedback as far as like things that they would like to see. So please do not hesitate to drop a note as far as any particular feature you'd like to see, please. And thank you. All right, let's go back to the dashboard. Did we give it any other notes? I don't think so. What do you mean not deployed yet? Dude, ship it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. It's better than it was. Significantly better than it was. I'm wondering if this should just be up here. Like, we don't need to be repetitive with the logos. That's where we'll use the background. I'm actually curious. What is this? I feel like this is going to add a lot of Space Invaders shader. Interesting. Let's go check this out. I'm very curious. Ooh. Yo. Huh. I feel like actually all right, and then for our background, I want to try something new. So let's replace our matrix effect with this, but use this as a reference. Use the work we did on our matrix background with the color scheme, the transparency, all that, but incorporate this Shadcn inspiration here. Wow, I'm glad I stumbled across that one, huh? That's really cool looking. I'm just kind of worried that it might cause some lag, but it should be okay. Now let's go to background pattern. I honestly kind of like of like this. But let's first give it the color. All right, something to add to your list. Now for the background of the dashboard, draw inspiration from this, but don't use those colors outright. I want you to use our color scheme, right? From our front-end design skills. So now it's like, we don't see anything. Okay, we see a little bit. Interesting. Oh, so it's straight up Space Invaders, but now we're having this weird glitch. All right, that's gonna have to go. Oh, he's still working actually. Oh yeah, that's one thing we were gonna check, right? Is Symphony. Shout out to Mr. Baker for sharing this. Oh, let's watch this demo video, shall we? What? Is it already done? I'm gonna have to dig more into this this code base here. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Baker. This gives me some ideas for labs, to be honest. I'm loving it. All right. That was a fun experiment, but I want to go back. All right, that was a fun experiment. Let's revert back that background change, please. Looks like they are not done. Yeah, merge to main as soon as possible, please. I don't see those changes applied. It's the first time I've had to nudge them today, or just in general. That's very interesting. What's going on? It's what happened to the... Oh, it's right here. Show member list. Yeah, they're both online. That's interesting. I mean, he's online. Maybe because I have him doing work out of MuddyOS 2. He's getting a little delayed there. They are separate sessions, technically. Okay. Account settings. So let me give it some inspiration as well. All right, now for account settings, let's use this as inspiration, please. Okay. Is it just me, or did it apply it to the modules but not the actual background? There's something overriding that. I mean, it didn't do it in research. It actually did, didn't it? Is it just me? Like, this monitor is also on my list to replace. So you guys don't see the issue I see looking at this monitor, but it's rather old, and it's not as bright and defined and sharp as it is on stream. Luckily, the stream pulls is not affected by the brightness or, you know, the age of this monitor. But I feel like I got to move this off to see. Okay, it is slightly there. I just can't tell over here. Interesting. Guess I'll leave that for now. It's not important. Let's also go test ClawCrib, shall we? All right. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'll have to generate a new API key there. But you know what? Wait, did we have to sign in to use this? I feel like if we did, I would have put a note. I'm just gonna write error. Yeah, failed to generate response. So Neil handles this code base now, so that's why I'm sending it to him. He's going to create a thread, and he's going to handle it for me. Let's go back to labs. Much better. Okay. Still a little too bubbly for me, but not a bad first draft. It's not a bad first draft. I feel like save changes should go to the top right, but I think that's okay for now. It's not like many people are going to be in this section, but I do have plans for this entire OS, so this is going to be I think an, you know, I don't want to say critical, but it's important that this section doesn't detour people from looking at it or navigating through it, right? So I feel like the nav header for the account settings can be co-located into the dashboard itself somewhere without obviously making it feel too condensed. So like you say GitHub OAuth, but this is strictly Google OAuth. So I think it should obviously indicate whatever OAuth is connected. We will incorporate GitHub into our convex OAuth methods at some point, but currently it's Google only across all of Clearmud.ai's website and subdomains. Yeah, try those changes first. Let's see how it looks, and then we'll go from there. Oh, looks like gateway is restarting. What's going on here? Give it a moment. It's back online. Huh. Those are some weird glitches, huh? Interesting. All right. He's getting to work there. I think we should add a login at some point, like a login button, but I think for now that's okay. Get dashboard. All right. Listen, we made a lot of progress. It looks night and day difference, or better than it did through its first few revisions. Free tier? Interesting. Okay. I'll resolve that. Listen, I think it's at a point too where I need to go make some lunch. I need to record some videos for today as well. So I want to take time to handle all that today. Oh, looks like we have a new viewer. What's up, Ennio? How you doing today? So today we're slowly building out Clearmud's feature suite of tools. Today we're working on a lot of different things. I was working on the dashboard for our main website, which gives access to a whole bunch of resources, all the video props we use for long form videos. I was optimizing the dashboard. It's setting the foundation for all of the subdomains that we're launching very, very soon. We're doing a labs.clearmud.ai. We're doing a portal for a partner program, sponsors and brands to reach out to us so that everything's in one place. We have another one that I don't want to tease quite yet. So I've just been kind of vibe coding, going back and forth, just showing the process live. You know what I mean? And chatting with the audience, answering questions. So this new format that I started, the whole goal is to help you reach 1 million in ARR for whatever it is your product or SaaS product is. Now, I don't have a structure as far as like curriculum to get there, but we are building a suite of tools that are going to enable you to get there, right? And it's a place for you to come share your questions, share any struggles you're running into. Maybe you need my help vibe coding something, drop it in chat. I'd be happy to build it, hand off the code base to you. I'm here to help. I'm here to be of service, but I'm also just vibing and building the brand that is Clearmud, you know, in parallel. So since you're new to this channel, you don't know this about me, but I love to experiment. Anytime I have a new idea, I'd rather just test it than plan it, right? So this is us testing it. We're on day 2. So you're here very early with this new series. But it's my hope that, you know, you stay, you ask questions, share what you're building. It's also a platform for people to share what they're building, for me to look into it, give tips, give advice, etc., etc. So yeah, that's the kind of gist of this new live stream series. You know, the theme of it all is just building in public, you know, showing the process. And yeah, thanks for being here. Hey, thank you, TJ. Smash the likes. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you, Pokemon. Thank you, Whoosh. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Barry. And let's see, can I keep scrolling up? Thank you, Backwoods. Thank you, John. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Divi. Oh, Divi, did I miss your comment? Forgive me. I did. That's uncharacteristic of me. I try to get through all comments as they come in. Thank you, John. I can't keep scrolling up because that has definitely ended. So yeah, listen, this is what it's all about, right? Like, I think with time, like, we all find the people and the channels that we vibe with most. You know what I mean? So anything I can do to improve, any video ideas you may have, you know, in the past, we would normally post a long form video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But since I started with this new live streaming Monday through Friday, I'm now live streaming Monday through Friday, working on the long form videos throughout the week, and then scheduling them for Saturday and Sunday. And we're testing this for the month of May. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to reevaluate things in June. You know, this channel has been a learning process. So we're really just, we're improving as we go day by day. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, listen, I'm a very Dexter's Laboratory type of person. So I love to experiment new ideas. I love to test things. Hey, right on. Looking forward to it, whoosh. Oh yeah, let's do another quick Discord link because you can only get the invites through the live streams. Invite to server. We'll do 5 invites for this one. Expires in 7 days, 5 uses. There it is. So yeah, listen, I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me on Wednesday. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Happy building, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning, same time. Cheers. Whoa, where did my OBS go? And you also, if you rewatch this live stream, you'll find that the audience helped me troubleshoot some audio issues because we are back in the United States. We were streaming for the first 6, well, almost the first year out of Europe. And we're just kind of dialing things back in, making sure everything's configured properly, making sure that you can hear me, making sure you can hear the background music, but that it's not overpowering. So yeah. All right, without squirrel ado, I'm out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And girls, peace.